everybody. So, this video was inspired by an article posted this morning by, believe, Forever Blue Shirts. I think it was them. And he was just talking about the remaining UFAs, who's available, possible PTOs, and then I saw my boy Bozak, and I was like, you know what? I'm making a fucking video. So I thought I'd throw you guys for a loop today. I put my little guy right here, my face, on the right side of the screen instead of the left. Throw you for a loop. Anyways, let's talk about Tyler Bozak. What is there not to like about Bozak? Bozak is awesome. You know? It's Bozak. Okay? Here's my deal. Okay? Just going to lay this out there. The Rangers need a fucking fourth line center. And Kevin Rooney ain't going to cut it. He just ain't. I hate to break it to you. He ain't going to cut it. Here's the deal. Rooney doesn't win freaking faceoffs. He's a decent penalty killer. Decent at this, decent at that. Doesn't really do much, okay? Kevin Rooney's the guy you sign when you're a rebuilding team, you don't know where the hell you're going, and you hope a 14th or a 13th forward turns into a 12th or 11th guy. And that's what Rooney was last season. And yeah, he was a decent fourth line center on a shitty team, but that was just the thing. It was a shitty team, okay? We need to be looking to upgrade and get better and win, right? Because we give up futures. Pavel Buchnevich, a third-round pick, Ryan Reeves, to get better. Did we not? So why aren't we getting better? Fuck, are we not getting better? So my catharsis, big word, for getting better, is to at very least, get a freaking fourth line center. Also, NHL Faceoff statistics. Oh, nice. Team Faceoff statistics. Hold on 1 second. One second. Everything load. Check this out. We need teams. We need team stats. Okay. Okay. And where do the Rangers sit? Oh, that's right. I forgot. They were dead fucking last by almost a full percentage point. My bad. I must have forgotten. Silly me. I know. Oh, I know. So, what does Bozak bring for the Rangers? Well, first let's take a look at Kevin Rooney and see what he did. Not Bob Rooney. This is not Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Kevin Rooney. There's a difference. What did Kevin Rooney do for us last year? 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points, 54 games. Not bad. 54 PIMs. Oh. 54 PIMs in 54 games. So averaging a minor penalty every other game. Okay. 110 hits. I like that. That's pretty good. 45% in the faceoff dot. 45%. Career 46.8. And trending down. Average time on ice, 12 minutes, 21 seconds. Okay, whatever. You know, it's just, again, on a team where you really don't give a shit, sure, Rooney can be your fourth line center. But if we're trying to win, is this the guy you're going to win with? Because he might have 110 hits, but do you remember a single Kevin Rooney hit last year? Remember Rooney ever blowing somebody up in the corner? Or a big open ice hit? No. Because I certainly don't. I remember him getting his shit rocked a couple times. One time he got hurt and came back, which is pretty impressive, but still. What has Rooney really done to be like, this is our guy that, one, deserves a protection spot over Julien Gauthier, which we're not going to get into because that's over and done with. But two, has earned the right to come back as our fourth line center. When a guy like Big Bozak is available. The only knock on Tyler Bozak is his age. That is the only knock. Oh, wow, they have Corsi. What is his core? Oh. 43. Oh, 42.8. Okay. So Corsi, Rooney is a touch better. I'll sacrifice that little bit of Corsi if it means my face-off win rate is going to be at 56.8%. which would be probably about 10% better than any Ranger last year. Why don't we investigate that after this brief ad that I skipped? Let us see the Rangers stats. Who was the best Rangers face-off guy last year that took a reasonable amount of face-offs? We'll call this right here as the median. Brett Howden. Wow. 46.6%. So, if Bozak was on the Rangers last year, his face-off rate would be 10.2% better than the second best player. And he took about 300 face-offs more. What's 100 face-offs more? And 10.5% better, like... Okay. So, in face-offs, alone last year, he was 11.8% better than Kevin Rooney. So, yeah, I'll sacrifice a little bit of Corsi if it means I'm winning face-offs at an 11.8% better rate on a team that finished, dead last in face-offs. So, what else? What else has Bozak done? Okay, so he had 100 less hits than Rooney. About. It was more like 93. Math guy. Who gives a shit? Because now that we got Reeves and Blay on that fourth line, do you need 3 guys on the fourth line that can bang? No, you don't. You got the 2 on the flanks, and you got the guy winning face-offs in the middle. Oh, not to mention, he scored at a higher rate than Kevin Rooney. He played 23 less games, 23, and had 3 more points in 23 less games. Not to mention, Kevin Rooney had 54 PIMs last year, average 1 penalty minute a game. In an 82-game season, Tyler Bozak had the most PIMs in his career with 44. Last year in 31 games, he had 10. So about 66% better at not taking penalties. Minor penalties, that being. Because I do remember some really untimely Kevin Rooney minors last year. I do. That sounded really pedophilia, but it's not. I meant like untimely minor penalties is what I should have said. Anyways. There is no reason that... I can't figure out why, if we really want to win next season and get better, why Bozak would not be rated above Kevin Rooney. It's not like Bozak's a very hot commodity on the on the free agent market right now, because he's still a free agent. The season starts in 3 weeks, right? Training camp opens in 3 weeks, something like that. So making the guy a one-time one offer, a 1 year, $1 million offer, what is the pain? His worst face-off year at 48.7% would be, I think, a percentage below Rooney's career best. And that was such an outlier. His second worst face-off season was 52.6%. So, I don't know. And you know what kills me? His face-off percentage keeps getting better. He's getting better at winning face-offs. This guy would be the perfect fourth-line center for the New York Rangers. First of all, screw his offensive production. I don't even care about that right now over Rooney's, because he does score more than Rooney. It's the face-offs. We need to win face-offs. The only move the Rangers have made all offseason to address face-offs was Barclay Goodrow, and the guy's not even a natural center. Okay? Speaking of which, let's take a look at Barclay Goodrow, who's probably going to be the Rangers' third-line center, or he'll be on the wing somewhere. I don't know. Okay? He'll be somewhere. Barclay Goodrow will be somewhere in the Rangers lineup. I'm going to assume at center for the sole purpose of the Rangers cannot win a faceoff to save their goddamn lives. He was 50% in the dot last year. This guy, well, maybe he is a natural center. I take that back. Maybe he is more of a center than anything else, because he wins a lot of freaking faceoffs. I was under the impression he was a winger. I don't give a shit. He's winning faceoffs. That's all that matters. That's all we need. We need to win faceoffs. So, push Heedle's ass on the wing, or have Goodrow take the faceoffs and him and Heedle switch. I don't care. But we need to address the freaking faceoffs, because one guy at 50% is not going to cut it. It's just not. I don't think people realize how important faceoffs are in the NHL, especially in your defensive zone. I don't know. I wish I had the numbers in front of me, how many defensive zone faceoff losses for the Rangers led to a goal against. I wish I had that number, but I guarantee you they'd be at the top of the league for most. So the faceoffs need to be addressed. And why not Tyler Bozak? Just why? Bozak has been connected to the Rangers for what feels like half a decade now. The Rangers were thought to be interested in Bozak since he was on the Toronto Make-Believes. The Rangers have wanted this guy for a long time, so why not now? We want to win next year. We want to upgrade. Here is your upgrade right here. You want to take small steps and towards a bigger picture? Here is step one. Tyler Bozak. The guy wins faceoffs at a 56.8% rate last year. Career 53.8%. The guy wins faceoffs. He has a Stanley Cup. Sure, he might not have a hit a freaking game, but he doesn't take stupid penalties. He's a veteran. He's 35. He's been in the game a long time. 764 games played. If we really want to grow this team with veterans and winning, why not get a fucking winner? Why not? He's won a Stanley Cup. He wins almost every faceoff he freaking takes, something that we know nothing about. So, Tyler Bozak has my vote of confidence. If the Rangers are going to make one more move this free agency and address something, just make it this. Just make it this, because we need a fourth-line center. Kevin Rooney is not going to cut it. If Kevin Rooney is our 13th forward, fine. I don't care. But that guy, as our normal fourth-line center, is not going to change a damn thing, and the Rangers are not going to get any freaking better. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and right now, looking up and down the Rangers roster, I think Kevin Rooney is the weakest link. You could say whatever the hell you want about Ryan Reeves. At least Ryan Reeves has a defined role. Kevin Rooney's defined role on the fourth line is occasionally providing offense, being a decent penalty killer, and losing almost every faceoff he freaking takes. Rangers need a faceoff taker for late in the game to win very important and vital draws. Like, do you guys remember when the Rangers were really good? When they were making their Stanley Cup and Eastern Conference Finals runs? Who was out there in the offensive zone taking the faceoffs when the Rangers were down a goal with the net empty? He would change right after he would win the faceoff every single time, too. I'll give you a hint. He was 6'7". His name was Brian Boyle. Boyle would win the fucking faceoff and then skate off the ice. Because that's what he was there for. Because no one was going to beat him in a faceoff. Why can't we do that same thing with Tyler Bozak? This guy could be a big part of a winning culture. A team that wants to win. Why are you not upgrading? This is a low-risk, high-reward type signing. There is no pain and no ill that comes with this signing. What is the worst that happens? He does not make the roster, and there's a mutual parting of ways, and it doesn't cost you a damn dime. There is nothing bad that comes of this. Tyler Bozak has my vote. Anyways, I want you guys to comment below. What are your thoughts on Tyler Bozak? What are you guys' thoughts on the fourth-line center situation? Do you think Kevin Rooney is a valid fourth-line center? Do you think he could be the fourth-line center? Personally, I don't, but I want to hear your arguments otherwise. If you're a Kevin Rooney sympathizer or you stand by Kevin Rooney, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your opinion. Change my mind. Let's talk about it. We're having discourse. These are the dog days of summer. Nothing else is going to happen. I don't think a Jack Eichel trade is happening. I don't think anything is happening. The NHL offseason is dead. Still small moves that can be made, and some of these small moves could lead to big things. And I think Tyler Bozak is the one, in my opinion. But you guys can let me know down below in the comments. Thank you, buddy, for watching. If you want to watch it, consider making any difference. They said you're not in hearing aids. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was pretty good. See you on the next one. Comment below. Peace.